So can you explain to me, what's going back to the city council? And I think the May 6th meeting, how we can get those in there, and are you looking to make major changes at that meeting? Or how far down the road can this process help or happen till we can get changes made? I mean, could they happen at the May 6th meeting, or is it further down the road?
So any legislative change requires time, right? So this feedback, any feedback that we hear today will be helpful. We'll take the information that we gather, we'll go back to council, and council will give us a decision about whether they want us to go back and make some further amendments, or whether they're satisfied with the code as it's currently written. We do this kind of process improvement work with our code all the time. In fact, the most recent food cart regulations were a process improvement project that was born out of the deficiencies in what we had from that tigard made code that I mentioned before. Legislative processes do take time, so I want to be clear that this is not something the council could, on their May 6th meeting, make changes to the development code, because we are governed by regulations at the state level about proper notice for these things. And as a community development team, we would want to be able to vet any proposed changes with the variety of stakeholders that are out there. I think from my experience, at a minimum, I mean, this was a fast project and it took us about 6 months to get through. I think that's probably a realistic time frame for those kinds of changes. There is a minimum of, I think, 35 days notice to the Department of Land Conservation and Development for code changes. So that's baked in as 1 month already. And then we have to go to Planning Commission before going to council. And that's usually a month out as well. So with those two things, you're talking about at bare minimum 2 months. So I just want to make sure that we're very clearly communicating what the procedural framework is that we operate under when we make code changes.
Just to follow on that question, so the reviews for those, if they are conforming uses at the staff level, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so if a developer want to, for example, have more than 20 cards, that will go through a different review, and for variance, is that?
So we don't have a prohibition on more than 20 cards. So if a operator or developer wanted to do more than 20 cards, they could submit an adjustment,
Right. Okay.
the same as anyone else who wants to, deviate from the standards in the code. Of course, those aren't automatically granted. It has to meet the approval criteria for an adjustment, but presumably, under the right circumstances, that would be an approvable adjustment.
Okay, and that's still the same price for the review for variance.
We process those concurrently, but adjustments do require an additional fee.
Oh, got it.
And,
okay.
and I would posit that it's probably proportional to the added impact of going above 20 food carts on a lot. And I guess I would also note we've done some comparable looks at food cart pods in the area, and 20 seems like the max that we would likely see. So we feel pretty confident that 20 would accommodate most of the operations in the city.
Okay.